morning, good afternoon, good whenever you guys are watching this. Welcome back to a brand new episode. Today, you guys, I'm bringing you something I've been wanting to do for a while now, and that is my top 3 knives for under $50 for Christmas this year. Now, I will go ahead and create a caveat here at the very beginning. Not all of these knives are always under $50. I think only really one of them is always under $50. The other ones, you have to do a little bit of shopping around, but if you can find them for under $50, they are a phenomenal steal. It's gonna be good, you guys. I'm looking forward to it. Let's roll. So first off, you guys, we're gonna start things off with the Ontario Knife Company Rat Model 1. This is an AUS stainless steel with, I believe it's a fiberglass handle. It's a resin handle of some kind. It's not G10, I know that, because I looked into it and I was kind of upset because I really like G10 handles. But I really like this knife. This knife's gonna run you about $39.99 depending on where you buy it. I think it's a beautifully well done knife. It's got very clean lines to it. I like the feel of the handle in the hand. The blade shape is very nice with a full flat, why did I just make a fart noise with my mouth? With a full flat grind all the way up the blade. And I really like the look of this knife. When I first saw it, I wasn't a huge fan of it. The more I saw of it, the more I liked it. As you get used to it, you'll get used to that one-handed open as well. It's taken me some time. I had it for a day or two before I was able to get that. Beforehand, I was doing like that. As you learn, you'll be able to do it really, really easily. This is my best value knife because this is the one that you can always find for under that price range. And so I highly recommend you guys check this out. The Model 1, the Rat Model 1 by Ontario Knife Company. Highly, highly recommend it. Apparently it's magnetized. Either that or, oh, my grinding is probably magnetized is what it is. I'm running out of space to put these. Up next, we're gonna have a go-to staple of all knife collectors, and that is the Spyderco Tenacious. Got G10 camo handles on this one. This is a 8 CRV 13 MOV steel. Really like this knife, I really like the steel. It's got the full flat grind on it as well. You've got the thumb stud that is a trademark of Spyderco knives. If you're just looking into getting into knife collecting, if you're just getting into Spyderco knives, I highly, highly, highly recommend you check out the Tenacious. It's a phenomenal knife for the value. These will typically run you about $70, $80. I found mine for $42. And I did get it, this is a Blade HQ exclusive color, I'm pretty sure, which is why I paid a little bit more for mine than what you'll find a lot of them for. You can find them for under that $50 range, and if you can find it, I highly recommend you buy it. Spyderco is a phenomenal company. This is actually the first Spyderco that I've owned, but I really like the company overall. They do a really good job. And if you're looking into Spydercos, getting a Spyderco, I highly recommend you start with this one. Similar thing with the open of that one. As you learn, you'll learn to open it really easily. You'll learn to close it really easily, but it does take a bit of practice. We're gonna move on to a knife that's not gonna take any practice opening. This knife, zero practice at all. And that is the Boker Kalashnikov Desert Warrior. Oh my gosh, I love this knife. Look at this thing. This is an absolutely beautiful knife. Got the green and the copper. I think it's a phenomenal look. Personally, I didn't find out until afterwards they've actually got a drop point instead of the buoy. I actually would have gotten with the drop point instead of the buoy, even though the buoy I think is with more of the classic traditional Boker Kalashnikov Desert Warrior. I cannot recommend this enough, you guys. Now be aware, this knife is not legal in all states. This is an automatic knife, which means it's gonna open itself. It means all I do is I press that button right there, and out it goes. It's a nice feeling, but it's not legal in all states. So make sure you are aware of your state laws before you buy something like this. I don't want you guys getting in trouble, okay? That's the last thing I want is y'all to get in trouble, okay? But look at that, that's so nice. This is an AUS 8 steel as well. It's another stainless. Fits really nicely in the handle. The handle fits really nicely in the hand. Here we go. Got there eventually, people. It fits real nice in the hand. This is also the only one that has a true deep carry pocket clip on it. So you can see that clip actually comes up even with the back of the knife. The other knives that we have out here stop right there, stop right there, and the last knife that we have does stop short as well, but you'll see why it stops short when I pull it out. But I'm not done with the Boker Kalashnikov yet. I can't say enough good things about this knife. It's a really snappy action, snaps right into place, really clean lines. Just an all-around great knife. I think I paid like $24 for this. I'm not gonna lie, I got a great deal on this thing. I think it was like 60% off. BladeHQ.com, you guys. I highly recommend you check out their stuff. If you have not, if you're a knife collector, I don't know why you wouldn't go there. They have some of the best pricing in my opinion. But yeah, just fits really nicely in the hand. It's a sharp looking knife. It's a sharp knife. Can't say enough good things. So those are my 3 top choices that you can find under $50. I'm definitely going to cheat. 2 of those were cheating already. On this last one, I'm definitely going to cheat because I did not pay $50 for this one. I paid $70 for this knife. I may have paid $80. I don't remember. I paid a lot of money for this knife. I couldn't say no to it. At that price, it's normally a $120, $130 knife. I paid $70. I can't say no to this. I can't say no. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know what knife I'm talking about because I've already shown it. And that is the Boker Plus Wildcat Karambit. First off, I absolutely love karambits. It's just a beautiful, beautiful aesthetic to me. That curved blade, and then they've actually got that really aggressive tip on there. I think it makes for a beautiful, beautiful knife. Got the finger hole, whatever you want to call it, right there. Gives you a really good forward grip. You can always flip it around and do the back grip. Not quite as comfortable in the back grip, but this is how I do like to carry my karambits. So, it's just a great all-around knife. So much fun to play with. Karambits are so much fun, you guys. Be careful with karambits. You can severely hurt yourself with one. You can hurt yourself with any knife. Karambits, though, are one of those ones kind of like butterflies where people tend to forget that they're actually knives and they're dangerous. Make sure you're keeping that in mind, you guys. But yeah, so this one ran me about $70, $80. And to me, this is worth every penny. If you've got a knife collector that you want to splurge a little bit on, this is the one that I'd recommend for you. I'm holding it off to the side because when I hold it in front of my face, I feel like it loses, like we lose it partially in my beard. Does anybody else feel that way? Like I feel it's not as, is that better? Can you guys see it better now? This is gonna be a D2 steel, which, D2 is by far my favorite steel to make knives out of. I've made several D2 knives. I absolutely love D2. It's a great knife steel. It's almost stainless, but not quite. And then they coat it with that black coating, which is just gonna help it be more stainless. Biggest complaint I have about this knife, look at this curvature. All right, that curvature right there is going to be the biggest pain in the butt to sharpen. It's gonna take 1.5 years and the edges of all of your knife sharpeners to sharpen this thing. But this tip, that's gonna be an easy sharpen. This front portion, it's really just gonna be this belly that creates an issue. As well, you do have a stud back here, so if you're breaking glass, you can see that stud right there. Allow you to punch through glass if you need to. Only do it in emergency situations. I love this knife. Biggest complaint I have about this one, this is the one that I was saying. You've got your, well, it's black, so it's gonna be hard to see. So if we turn it a little bit, there's your clip for your pocket. And as you can see, that finger hole sticks out a lot over top of it. The one complaint I do have about this, and I'm gonna turn you guys down just a hair so that way you guys can see, is when I do carry this thing, I can get that finger right into that and draw, which is nice, because this is how I like to carry it. But opening it from here is kind of a pain because that flipper's down there. Which means I have to get those fingers out of the way, flick it open, and then snap it into the hand. Not a huge fan of that, but that's just personal preference. You guys are slightly off at an angle now. I do sincerely apologize, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be it for today's video. Give it a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and give it a share. If you felt like it deserved it, I greatly appreciate you guys. I'm fond of all of your faces. And I will see you on Monday. because not tomorrow. I always say tomorrow, but I never do a video the next day. It's always like 2 days later. I should stop lying to you guys. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I love you. Why won't you love me back?